What is going on, everybody? It's the Franz, and we're back again with another Elestrals live stream video. We're finally getting to find out what Dazed and Enraged means. And I'm still sick, so the stand-in is here still. Let's get going.
It's officially time to fully explore the Dionysus starter deck and uncover the secrets behind the new mechanics, Dazed and Enraged in Elestrals Divine Champions Livestream.
But it's going to be an Earth-only thing?
Dionysus is the divine god of festivities and one of our two new divines coming to Livestream.
First and foremost, hey, it's Dan again. I think Kay should be doing all these, just saying, but is it going to be an Earth-only effect? Because that sucks if it does.
In this video, we're going to highlight all the new champions of Dionysus, reveal some new cards that will aid in their strategies, and share all new information on the long-awaited effects, Dazed and Enraged. A few weeks back, we officially revealed the brand new divine Dionysus with his unique effect to daze and enrage Elestrals on the field by disenchanting an Earth Spirit, but casters across the world have wondered and guessed and speculated about what these effects could possibly mean and how they will shake up Elestrals forever. Without further ado, let's dive in. First up is Daze. Daze is a pretty simple mechanic. When an Elestral is dazed, it simply cannot attack. Dionysus will be able to daze opposing Elestrals until your next turn, preventing them from attacking you entirely. You can also utilize this effect with cards like Cyprong to be able to destroy opposing Elestrals, or Cyanectar to dive into your deck to find additional resources. Enrage, however, has even more implications, as Dionysus will be able to wield two incredible weapons through combat. While Daze is simply an Elestral cannot attack, Enrage is that they must attack, and that they must be in attack position during the battle phase, which means three crucial things.
So what we got here is that, like, if you have Astrabbit in defense position and you enrage it, so it has to go straight into attack position. Interesting. So you can pretty much anybody who has any Elestral that's in defense and is built for defense is going to be forced to go into attack position. So you enraging this Elestral, going into attack position, making it go into attack position, is going to force your opponent to expend spirits, especially if you have a 2 cost versus a 1 cost, or 1 cost with 2 spirits versus 1 cost with 1 spirit, stuff like that. Interesting.
Elestral is enraged and their battle phase begins, that Elestral goes to attack position. If we're in the battle phase and an Elestral becomes enraged, it also goes to attack position. If an Elestral becomes enraged and it's already in its own battle phase, it also goes to attack position. And if an effect tries to change an enraged Elestral to defense position during the battle phase, it does nothing. Yes, that means enraging your Elestral is a direct counter to Tsunami and Altar of Stars. These new mechanics, Daze and Enrage, are going to shake up the Elestrals metagame in a big way, and the cards I'm going to reveal today are going to showcase that in an even bigger way. I'm sure a lot of casters out there are excited to try these new mechanics, and I want to let you guys know that Dionysus himself has a brand new full art coming in Divine Champions.
Look at that full art. He looks so full of himself too, which is what Dionysus basically is. He's just so full of himself. But there you go. He look like he I can't wait to see what his stellar full art's gonna look like eventually. But yeah, he looks just so proud of himself. So proud of himself.
Champions live stream that you do not want to miss out on. Now let's reveal Dionysus' signature artifact rune, Thyrsus of Dionysus.
Thyrsus.
This new
What a name, Thyrsus. The empowered Elestral is enraged and gets +2 attack. When Dionysus is enchanted and the empowered Elestral declares an attack, you can draw a card. He's just like, yeah, you know, Earth didn't have enough support. We had to take away some support for Earth, so let's give Earth more.
Artifact rune is a 1-cost Earth artifact.
I really hope Enraged and Dazed is not just exclusive to Earth in the because that would suck. That would absolutely suck if Earth is the only element that gets enraged in Dazed. I obviously mean Dionysus is gonna have it, but like, yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be one of those things that gets kind of annoying.
That says the empowered Elestral is enraged and gets +2 attack. When Dionysus is enchanted and the empowered Elestral declares an attack, you can draw a card. This card is nuts for a few reasons, and I'm sure my Argo enjoyers can figure out why. You now have Argo counter immunity against Tsunami. You have the ability to draw and generate card advantage alongside Dionysus. And you can also force your opponent's defense position, Lestrals, into attack position during the battle phase if you're utilizing Argo. So there's some really interesting implications.
I mean, it's another way to get Ash Rabbit off the field because what was it? This last finals where Ash Rabbit was on the field for the entire. It seemed like for the entire battle for one of the participants. I can't remember which one, but like Ash Rabbit, they both played. And I know they both started off with Ash Rabbit on turn one. It was like Ash Rabbit turn one for I think all 3 clashes. So now with Enraged, you can force that Ash Rabbit to be in attack position so you can destroy it instead of having, oh, it's just going to stay on the field because it's a 5 defense and your opponent can't move it.
Implications here. I'm gonna let you guys cook up that one. Up next is Nectar of the Gods, Dionysus.
Okay, I love this art already. I mean, look at the little guy sitting there, licking the nectar of the gods in Dionysus' chalice. Now, with it being called Dionysus Chalice, could that possibly mean that each divine could have its own chalice of nectar of the gods eventually that have their own effect in their own elements? Obviously, this will be Earth. Nectar of the Gods can only be played if Dionysus is enchanted. Discard an Earth card in order to draw 3 cards.
Chalice. This new Nectar of the Gods is a 1-cost Earth counter rune that says it can only be played if Dionysus is enchanted. Discard an Earth card in order to draw 3 cards. This card is going to generate tremendous amounts of advantage.
I would like to see like just to have like each fun get their own chalice with their own way for you to draw 3 cards or 2 cards or whatever by using it somehow. They have to be enchanted, obviously. Like Nectar of the Gods, a chalice of Festus chalice, or Hestia chalice, or Poseidon chalice. Every one of them should have their own chalice eventually, right?
Being able to pitch a card that maybe you don't need from your hand to be able to find 3 new ones and ensure that you can enable this incredible control strategy from Dionysus himself. Up next, this one didn't go to Tartarus. Drataya, champion of Dionysus, is a 2 attacker with 2 defense. That's
look at this Drataya being all happy and everything. He got all the other Dratayas are being sent to Tartarus. They're all getting shoved into Tartarus, and this one gets picked by Dionysus to stick around and be his champion. When the Drataya receives 1 or more Earth, you can target an Elestral and draw it and daze it until your next turn. You can special ascend this Drataya to Latagon from your hand or deck if it's enraged, or then it's enraged, then enrage the Latagon until the next turn.
Says when this Drataya receives 1 or more Earth Spirit, you can target an Elestral and daze it until your next turn. You can special ascend this Drataya to Latagon from your hand or deck if it's enraged. Then enrage that Latagon until the next turn. Drataya becomes a defensive wall, being able to stop your opponents from attacking when it receives Earth Spirits. You can do this when you cast it, you can do it when you enchant it with cards like Bloom or Nexus to it on your opponent's turn, and most importantly, if you're working alongside Dionysus or some of his counter runes, you have the opportunity to enrage this Drataya and ascend it into a Latagon. And Latagon is very powerful as a 2-cost Earth with 8 attack and 5 defense.
Target and destroy a face-down rune if this Latagon is enraged. When this Latagon is destroyed in battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can search your deck for an Ambrosia and add it to your hand, which is cool. I mean, Earth Spirits getting those Ambrosias are very key for late battles and everything. So being able to get that Ambrosia that might be at the bottom of your deck, and you're wondering where that Ambrosia is, and it's like you need that Ambrosia to keep yourself in the game, be able to have Latagon go, well, okay, I got destroyed. Here you go. Go get that. Go find that Ambrosia.
You can target and destroy a face-down rune if this Latagon is enraged. And remember, this Latagon is going to come out as an enraged Elestral because of Drataya. When this Latagon is destroyed in battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can search your deck for an Ambrosia and add it to your hand. This is going to be able to generate additional resources through cards like Ambrosia and Ambrosia Cornucopia, which can heal you up tremendous amounts. We already know Ambrosia is one of the strongest cards in the game, and Latagon here is going to enable you to access that card in a mid to late game scenario, allow you to clash just a little bit longer. Up next, we've got the adorable little Sprouter, champion of Dionysus, with 2 attack and 5 defense.
Sprouter just he's like looking up at those grapes like, oh, I'm hungry. Like, he looks so, like, he has that look of like he's not seen grapes before in his life. You can Nexus 1. When you do, you can search your deck for a champion Dionysus or Dionysus Madness and add to your hand. We need to know what Dionysus Madness does.
Its effect allows you to Nexus an Earth Spirit, and when you do, you can search your deck for a champion of Dionysus or a Dionysus Madness and add it to your hand. This will allow you to grab your Ascensions and one of the most powerful new runes in the game, Dionysus Madness. This little sprouter ascends into September, a powerful control card with.
When this September receives one or more Earth, you can target an opponent's Celestial and enrage it. When your opponent's enraged Celestial declares an attack, you can then return that Celestial to their hand. Hey boy, that's interesting. No way of getting to Centaur from this September.
5 attack and 8 defense that states when this September receives one or more Earth Spirit, you can target an opponent's Celestial and enrage it. This is an indefinite enrage, meaning they are forced to attack you no matter what. When an opponent's enraged Elestral declares an attack, you can return that Elestral to their hand, meaning that this September functions similarly to Shield of Achilles with its very powerful 8 defense stat. But it doesn't stop there because Centaur, champion of Dionysus, hits the field with.
Look at that art though, with the 3 arrows and everything. It's doing a little target practice. I mean, you got to be practicing being the champion of Dionysus. You got to be on top form. Top form. When the battle phase begins, you can destroy each of your opponent's enraged Elestrals. You can daze the Centaur until the next turn in order to special cast a September from your hand deck or the Underworld. And it's a good one. That is a very, very good one. So you enrage your opponent's Elestral. So basically, if your opponent has, like, say, a Ash Rabbit or something that's low level, and you enrage it, it has to attack you. And unless it's got 10 attack, that opponent's Elestral is going to be forced to attack, destroy itself. You can daze this Centaur so it can't be, so it doesn't have to attack, so you can get a September. Your opponent is just destroyed the Elestral because it attacks you, and it's not got 10 attack points to it, and that's going to make this a big headache for somebody if you come out here and go, okay, I'm just going to enrage your Elestrals and make you attack me. None of your Elestrals are going to be able to take me out while they're enraged. Oof, that's rough, man. That is very rough.
10 attack and 13 defense. When the battle phase begins, you can destroy each of your opponent's enraged Elestrals, meaning if your September is able to enrage them, or you can find other pathways to do so through Dionysus, they just get straight up destroyed at the beginning of the battle phase.
Yep.
And you can daze this Centaur through its own effect until your next turn, so you wouldn't be able to attack, but that enables you the opportunity to special cast a September from your hand, deck, or Underworld, calling for backup and bringing an incredible lineup that are going to both enrage your opponents and send them straight to the Underworld. And honestly, I feel kind of bad that I've taken so long to reveal this card. It's finally time to reveal Dionysus Madness.
Oh, look at that card though. Look at the card art. He's fighting the Lygon and he's pulling the cat. He's just got the hand like fur up. Daze or enrage an Elestral till the next turn. If Dionysus is enchanted, you must also change that Elestral's position, and you may enchant this your Dionysus with Earth from your Underworld. 1 Earth. I don't know about that one, man. Daze or enrage an Elestral until your next turn. Obviously, if you have a high level Elestral on your field and your opponent's got, like, say again, an Ash Rabbit because it's the easiest one to go with, and you say, you know what, I'm going to enrage it. I'm going to flip this over and enrage your Ash Rabbit to attack me. Then, like, good luck with that. Unless, of course, you have a way for you to get my Elestral off the field. You're going to be losing spirits more than likely if I have a 2 cost on the field while you have a 1 cost that's in defense position and anything like that.
A brand new card that is going to cause madness across the Colosseums. Dionysus Madness is a 1-cost Earth counter rune that says you can daze or enrage an Elestral until your next turn. This means you can stop your opponent's attacks. This means you can force your opponent's Ass Rabbit in defense to attack your Nobby or your Sorlet or whatever you want. Oh my goodness, but it doesn't stop there, because if Dionysus is enchanted, you may also change that Elestral's position, and you may enchant your Dionysus with Earth from your Underworld, meaning this is a free cast on Dionysus if you use it the right way, and you have the flexibility of using.
Well, if it's enraged, if you enrage your opponent's Elestral, change its attack position. I mean, obviously, if you daze it is when you're going to put it in defense position. That'd be very interesting for sure for like, those Elestrals that have card effect, like can't be like like an effect that can't be affected by your opponent's card effects or something like that. So will this be countered? Will this like be prevented from being used? It's gonna be able to stop a lot of the high level Elestrals for sure. If like your opponent has a 3 cost on the field, you can daze it, prevent it from being able to attack until your next turn. So your opponent is gonna have to either do something to get rid of not like to that's definitely it's def- like Earth's got a lot adding into its toolbox. I wonder what the other two are going to bringing other starter decks are going to bring, because this right here is going to bring. It's like Earth has a lot already. You're adding more to Earth. Earth is going to be very, very dominant again.
This, if your Elestral ends up in defense position, you can enrage them and put them into attack position even outside of your own battle phase. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that you can do with this. Dionysus Madness is crazy. This may be one of the strongest counter runes we've created to date. Up next, let's take a look at some of the strong supporting casts around the Dionysus champions. Psyprong, a 4 attack with 4 defense Earth Elestral that when you normal cast it, you can search your deck for Dionysus and add it to your hand, turning that Dazed and Enraged strategy online right away. You can target and destroy a 1 or 2 spirit Elestral with 5 or more attack if this Psyprong is dazed. It searches out your Dionysus, you can daze it yourself, and then destroy an opponent's Elestral, allow you to control their field for just a little bit longer. Cyanectar, champion of Dionysus, has 4 attack and 1 defense. When you cast it, or it becomes dazed, you can search your deck for a Poison-Tipped Arrow, Poison Nectar, or Poison Tunic, and add it to your hand. The Cyanectar is going to be able to immediately grab you one of the strongest Omni counter runes in the game, but that's going to get some additional support here in this set as well, and Poison Nectar is one of my favorite cards in this set, and we're going to get to that shortly. Wasp Ivy has 9 attack and 1 defense.
Look at that card art, though. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Wasp Ivy deals piercing damage, enraged Wasp Ivy deals double damaged. Ooh. Oh, that is cool. So it basically, this Wasp Ivy is enraged, or if it is ascended from Cyanectar. Obviously, they love having Wasp Ivy ascend specifically from Cyanectar, as the OG one does defensive from being attacked by counter runes. This one gets enraged, so it gets basically like what's that doggo's name? I'm losing my head here. I'm absolutely losing my head here. It pretty much gets the ability of Blazerus to be able to attack twice, which with piercing damage is great, especially if you have two, like say you have 2 Astrabbits on the field, you're going to be doing 2 spirits of damage instead of no spirits of damage because of the double piercing damage.
And it deals piercing damage, which means when it destroys a defense position Elestral, your opponent will take damage based on the spirit difference. When this Wasp Ivy is enraged, it deals double damage, meaning that if they take 1 spirit of damage, they'll actually take 2 when this is.
It's gonna be fun for the people behind who are doing Elestrals Clash to get the enraged and dazed mechanics to actually work.
Enraged, and it is enraged if it ascends from a Cyanectar, capturing some of that original strategy and flavor from the original Cyanectar and Wasp Ivy, which was immune to counter runes. Up next is Poison Nectar, Dionysus Chalice.
Oh, I like that one. I like the little poison like mark logo in the from the nectar itself. This poison nectar can only be played at Dionysus in the champion. The opponent must discard a card and expend 2 spirits. I don't like poison nectar, but that's not too bad. I mean, Earth is getting a lot. I'm sure water, frost, and water should be pretty much done after this one, because we got Aphrodite in this, and we already had Poseidon. But like water, frost, and lunar should all have some pretty big packages coming up in the next few episodes too.
This is a 1-cost Earth counter rune that can only be played if Dionysus is enchanted. An opponent discards a card and expends 2 spirits. Not only is Poison Nectar going to disrupt your opponent's hand and drain them for resources, it's going to burn them for 2 alongside it. It does require the setup of Dionysus himself to be on the field, and you'll be able to search this card out through your Cyanectar, enabling some really cool strategies around Wasp Ivy, as well as hand destruction and burn effects. This starter deck comes with a lot of great pieces that are going to enable you to not only build an awesome Dionysus deck, but a really cool Wasp Ivy deck as well.
I know Dan loves his Wasp Ivy decks. Like I kind of figured that like the new Divine, like one of them would have a big huge Wasp Ivy package, and obviously we were gonna get more Wasp Ivy. Dan really does love his bugs, and Wasp Ivy is a real big favorite of his. Look at the difference though of these Wasp Ivies. Look at these wings, and look at the Dionysus champion wings. How much gold is on there. They actually have like detail to them, while the regular Wasp Ivy does not. It has detail and gold in its color as well, compared to the one that the regular Wasp Ivy that doesn't. Like, sheesh, man. Dionysus was like, "You are my champion. I'm going to put gold all through your body."
Cyanectar, Wasp Ivy, Poison Tunic, and Poison Tipped Arrow are all included in this starter deck for you guys to enjoy. In addition to all of these amazing champions of Dionysus and Dionysus support cards, there's a handful of familiar friends from prior sets coming to the starter deck, like Remagem, which can search out your Earth Elestrals, or Astrabbit, one of the most reliable defensive resource generators in the game.
Can you imagine a day when Dan comes on here and he's like, "Oh yeah, Astrabbit has been banned, and it's going to Tartarus, and is going to be banned. It's been." I don't think the community would take that very well.
Holy Forest as your stadium, Earthquake,
Obviously.
a powerful invoke rune,
Obviously.
Thunderstorm to remove your opponent's runes, Ambrosia to heal you up, Pandora's Box to make sure you can stop your opponent from searching, and of course, Shield of Achilles to negate those attacks and send them right back to the hand. Finally, it's super exciting to announce that much like we've done in our previous starter decks, these new starter decks are going to have a chance at a reverse stellar and a serialized stellar rare. Not to mention 3 booster packs coming alongside them with a paper poster and playmat for you to enjoy and learn Elestrals. We've also changed our box design, which allows you to
I do like these boxes. I do have the old boxes, which the old boxes are nice and all, because if you don't have a regular, one of those deck boxes or anything, you can fit an entire deck, not a side deck, but an entire deck and your spirits for your deck in one of the original boxes.
use this starter deck box as a nice little deck box while you work on getting yourself acclimated to the world of Elestrals.
It does. These do actually look like actual deck boxes. Like you could put these could be mistaken for actual deck boxes too. They look like.
Our brand new reverse stellar is none other than Dionysus Madness, his signature counter.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Look at those. Dionysus trying to like fend off the cat. I can't think of what it is. It's from the Luna set. I can't remember. And Lanagon's they're trying to fight, and he's just like, "Back off, guys. We're not going to be fighting right now."
One of the most powerful counter runes we've ever made. And of course, only 99 Dionysus starter decks ever will contain the amazing serialized stellar rare Drataya, champion of Dionysus, a beautiful stellar.
Drataya getting some love after being the first one to go to Tartarus. Well, not the first one. Sorry, the second one to go to Tartarus. Sparker was the first one.
Rare, which I know I definitely want to add to my collection because that Latagon is going to be so good. These starter decks are loaded. 3 booster packs, incredible chase cards, an amazing package of cards to explore and strategies to dive into with Dionysus and the madness that he creates with the brand new mechanics Dazed and Enraged. Those booster packs have a chance to get stellars, reverse stellars.
Oh, look at the stellar helmet and the stellar fin. That's why we're seeing these right now. The blue on helmet looks so cool.
Divine packs, which are loaded with stellar rares, and don't forget about the textured full arts coming to Divine Champions.
What does it mean by texture? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. I have to have somebody actually show. Maybe he will show it like in a video what it actually looks like, because showing it like this does nothing.
LifeStream for the first time ever, our USA manufacturer, allowing us to do textured full arts, including the textured full art Latagon.
Ooh, looks so good. That is a good one. It's got an apple in the middle. Is that a golden apple of Discord? Is that the golden apple of Discord?
Champion of Dionysus, an incredible alt art chase rare that you do not want to miss out on in this brand new set. And with that, we can conclude today's Divine Champions LifeStream reveals. Make sure you get your
Now, obviously, I'm sure the next video will be Aphrodite, because these are the two new divines, and then after that we'll get the starter decks for the other two as we're getting closer and closer to this all being done. Hopefully we'll have all the Elestral cards sealed with this all. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. The Dazed and Enraged, I really hope as we go through Divine Champions past LifeStream that Dazed and Enraged will not just be exclusive to, obviously, if you're using Dionysus's divine artifact, you can Daze and Enrage any Elestral that you want, but to see these, I don't see a water caster, a fire caster, or a wind caster just grabbing his his artifact to be able to Daze and Enrage at will. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, comment below, and I'll see you guys for the next video.